ain't no love in the dope game, y'all. It's all about buying and selling. Now, Ray, this is who this story is about, you know. Ray, big time dope boy. He running drugs all over the place. I'm talking about several different states, got several different people working for him doing this thing, right? And he's been doing this for a while. You know, Ray, in addition to having people working for him all over different states and places and all this and that, he also had women in all of these little different locations. Girlfriends, you know, baby mamas and all this and that, right? And everybody was well taken care of. But see, his main girl, his wife, Patricia. See, Patricia stayed with him because she loved the lifestyle and the money that came with it and all of the privileges that came with it, right? I know a lot of y'all saying what privileges could come in with the dope game, but I'm telling you a lot of them. You know what I'm saying? It's like the first lady. You feel me? She got people all over in different states at her beck and call, you know? Anything she wanted, she could have. Any trip she wanted to take, she could take it. Anything she wanted to do, she could do it. But see, Patricia, she was simple. See, when Ray met her, you know what I'm saying, she was fresh out of college and looking for life and wanting to do big things and all this and that. And when she met him, you know, he was just getting started in the game, and you know, he had money to splurge on. You know, when you're coming out of college and you ain't got a lot of money, you're trying to build your life, and you meet somebody that's spending money on you, taking you out and all this and that, you get blinded by all of the things that are happening right there in front of your face. And you make excuses for it, and it's like, well, okay, this is just for now. He's going to get it together and be better later and all this and that. But that's not what happened. See, Ray got bigger, and the money got better and better. And before you knew it, Patricia was like, okay, this is not so bad. She convinced herself that she could do this with him, you know. Besides, it seemed like he knew what he was doing. It seemed like he had everything under control. Police ain't never ran in on him. You know, he's not like the drug dealers that you see on TV and in the movies. That's what she was thinking. And ain't no shooting and all of this kind of stuff, and none of that's going on. It was a business. That's what he told, and she believed it. So, over the years, you know, she had one baby, two baby, you know what I'm saying? But one of the kids died. One of her children died. Little girl. And it broke her. It broke her. So, the love and the comfort and the nurturing that she needed from Ray, she couldn't get it. So she poured all of her attention into Lil Ray. Poured it all into him, right? But, you know, she needed the touch of a man. Somebody that would be there when she was down and not feeling right, you know, thinking about her daughter. And Ray just wasn't that dude. So, like I said, you know, Ray's got workers all over the place, right? But he has somebody that he really trusts that's right there at the house most of the time. And then when he's not there, Ken is there, right? Ken is always around. And when Patricia was feeling down, you know, she could talk to Ken, and things started to develop between them two. They started to develop, and she started to feel like she could trust Kenny and rely on Kenny more than she could rely on Ray. So she started opening up to him more and more and more. And before you knew it, sparks. Kenny started to feel a certain kind of way about Patricia. Patricia started to feel a certain kind of way about Kenny. Now we got a problem. Got a problem. Because now Kenny wants to see her. He wants to be with her. But he knows the consequences of something like that. He knows the price that he would have to pay. And so does Patricia. She knows that if they did this, that it could lead to the end of both of them. See, because Ray know people. And when you supplying as many people as Ray is supplying all over the South, in different states, different gangs and all of this and that, all he had to do is pick up the phone and make a call, and you will disappear. That's how many people he knew. That's how the people thought about him. They were loyal to him. They appreciated what he was doing for them. You know what I'm saying? So they were scared. But see, it was something about the fear of it all. You know, it added that layer of excitement to it. Y'all know what I'm talking about when you're doing something, you're trying to get away with it. You know what I'm saying? You think you're going to get caught. It just makes it seem better, don't it? It makes it seem better. And see, that's the dilemma that they were facing. They had kissed one day. And when they kissed, they were so afraid that somebody saw it. Both of them was running, looking out the windows and checking to see who was in the house and even to see if little Ray had seen them. But nobody had seen them. And when they realized that they had gotten away with that first kiss, they both laughed and hugged each other and held each other real tight and said, what are we doing? You know this could cost us. And he looked at her, he said, I don't care. I want to be with you. And she hugged him tighter and kissed him on his neck and told him, I want to be with you too. But we can't. And she pushed him away. And she told him he had to leave. And he looked at her. He said, you don't want me to leave. And she said, no, I don't, but I don't want what comes with this. I don't want no more drama in my life. I just been through something. I lost my daughter. You know, I don't want no more trouble. I don't want no more pain. This is what she's telling him. She's pouring it out to him in a way that she not been able to do with Ray. And he pulled her close. He said, we can be together. We can leave all of this behind. I've made enough money. I'm not greedy like Ray. See, that's when he started to drop those little seeds in there, right? Try to tear her away from him. You know what I'm saying? Y'all know what I'm talking about? And she looked at him. She said, don't play with me. Don't say things like that if you don't mean it. And he said, I mean it. And then they looked out the window. They saw a car pulling up and it was Ray. You know what I'm saying? So Kenny went downstairs to meet him, to talk to him. And she was so nervous while she was upstairs. She was so nervous. She ran into the restroom and she washed her face and brushed her teeth real quick to make sure that no scent of Kenny would be on her. And just to be sure, she jumped in the shower and was taking a shower, just to be sure. And when Ray came upstairs, she was getting out of the shower and she asked him, how was your day, baby? And he ran toward her, he held her in his arms and he kissed her. He said, my day's been good. What about you? Everything all right around here? And she's like, yeah, everything been fine. She said, I want to go out tonight. Can we go to a movie or do something like that? And Ray looked at her, giving her that familiar look, and he told her, I got things I got to do. Is it okay if we do this another time? She looked at him, knowing that he was going to turn her down. She said, sure, anything for you, baby. And as she walked by him, going back to the restroom, you know what I'm saying, to continue to put her clothes on, he smacks on that butt. And she said, quit playing now. And he said, you know what I mean? Tonight's the night. You know, they had date nights and stuff like that, right? So, but they always stayed in. And she wanted to go out every now and then. So, later that afternoon, you know, he dismissed all the workers and they put little Ray Jr. to bed and then they made love that night and everything was fine. But the whole time that they were together, she was thinking about Kenny. She was thinking about Kenny. She wasn't thinking about her husband. And he noticed something was different. Something was different. She was more excited. She was more into it. And he looked at her as he lay on top of her and he said, this was different. What's going on? See, because when you're in the streets like him, you notice everything. Any slight deviation from the way you've been doing something, it stands out to somebody like that. And she said, I love you and I've just been missing you and I've been wanting this. And he said, I love you too and I've missed you too and I want things to be the way it used to be. And she hugged him tight and she meant what she said when she said, it can be. It can be. You just got to be around more. I need you here. You don't have to do all the stuff that you've been doing. You got people that'll do it for you. And he looked at her and he said, well, if you want to hear what he said, you're going to have to tune in to the next episode, right? It's going to continue to unravel. And you're going to see what I'm talking about, how good this story can be. This has been another episode of Doing Time with Joe. I'm your host, Joe Baker, and I say peace, y'all.
I'm getting so tired.